Hi everyone, Joe Brady here, and we're here to take a look at the new Novoflex Triopod Pro75. It's billed as the most flexible professional tripod in the world. Let's take a closer look to see what makes this camera support system unique and if this claim holds up to a closer look. Like other tripods from Novoflex, the Pro75 is designed around a base that can be equipped with various styles of legs and accessories for different needs. It can be configured as a classic tripod, as a mini or table tripod, a monopod, and some clever variations, including one that's kind of referred to as a leaning pod, and we'll put this to use outside in a little bit. So let's start with the head assembly. This is referred to as the spider. Now in the center is a removable base plate that can be swapped out with an optional leveling ball or a geared center column. And there's just a couple of set screws around the edges of the plate. We can take this out and put something else in. We'll see that in a second. All right, so here we are with three legs. These are the three-section legs. I'm just going to go ahead and open these. You can see from looking at this that these are pretty beefy legs. They're pretty wide, but like everything from Novoflex, they are extremely well made, and they're actually extremely light. So here we are with the three-section legs, and we can see with no center column that the thing is a little bit above my height. Now, if you need to be taller, you need to be, maybe you need to shoot above a crowd, you're going to be standing on a ladder, there are extension tubes, and we'll put these to use outside. These are each about 20 inches long. You can actually add more than one set if you want, and you can have the tripod go way tall so that you could be on a ladder, shooting above a crowd, or some other reasons that might not be obvious at first, and we'll explore that when we go outside. The top plate has a standard mounting stud that will accept any of the Novoflex tripod heads, as well as pretty much any tripod head from any other manufacturer. When I take this outside, I'm going to be using my Novoflex Magic Ball. This is my favorite ball head, and the combination of the two of them are going to support much more weight than you're ever going to try to put on here. So I just loosened the set screws, which allows me to take out the center plate. I now have a hole here, and you can put a couple of different accessories in here, including a leveling ball. And what I do have here that I'm going to be having some fun playing with is a geared riser, the center column. So this just goes right in the top, and I will retighten the set screws. And there we have it. Now we have a center column that is geared. So if I just loosen the locking collar here, I can just turn the lever, and you can see that the center column is rising. It has mounting studs on both top and bottom. So if you want, you can mount your tripod head or your camera system right directly underneath and not have to reverse anything again if you need something that's going to be down lower to the ground. So rather than show you everything here in the studio, let's go outside and put this thing to use. I'm going to swap out the center column for my Magic Ball head. I'm going to mount a camera system on top of that, and let's see what we can do with some of the various leg combinations outside in a real shooting environment. So here we are outside with the Novoflex Pro75. This is a Sony a7R III with a Tamron 150-600 on it. So I need stability to keep this very steady during long shots. Now I've got the three-section legs extended all the way out, and you can see at this point it's too tall for me. I'm going to have to bring it down a bit. But this provides an extremely stable system. And by the way, this rig right here will hold 143 pounds. I don't personally have any gear that weighs 143 pounds to put on here, but that really lets you know that this thing is extremely stable. Now there are extension legs available for this as well, and you can see, well, the thing's taller than me now. What would I need extension legs for? Well, stay tuned. Let's put them on and see what we can do with those. So I've got a couple of extension legs here, and you might be wondering why two. Well, just stay tuned, I'll show you in a second. Now, one of the obvious uses for these would be that you're going to be maybe standing on a ladder and you need to shoot or video above a crowd. So you need your camera up high. You can keep adding these as many as you like and make the thing crazy tall. But I'm going to put on two and show you a usage that maybe isn't quite as obvious. So what I've done here is I've added extension legs to the two lower legs, and you can see since I'm on this ledge and I've got this drop off, it still allows me to have a completely stable system by having the long legs going down and then the other leg right alongside me. Again, the system remains completely stable on a slope, on some rock outcroppings where we've got the long legs down slope and I have a completely stable, completely level tripod system to support the ultimate in stability. Now let's go the other direction. The system also comes with these little legs. Now, these are not little toys, these are actually full metal legs, and these will go in here instead. Why would you possibly want to use that? Well, the first obvious way is this will just screw right into the spider head, and you'll have a very short yet very strong system for having your rig low down to the ground. If you're doing macro, something like that. However, you can also use just one or two of these in a similar fashion. So let's see a possible usage for this. Now here's another way to use the Pro75 tripod, and what I did was I took two of the mini legs and I replaced the big legs with those, and I'm using this fence post, this fence railing, as a support. So if you need to get up close to something, you're kind of having it as serving as a leaning duty. I've got the two little legs up here, and I have one full-length leg going down to the ground. So if you need to get up close to a wall maybe, and you've got a ledge, this is the solution that really you couldn't do any other way if your tripod legs were normally splayed out. And going back to this being claimed as the world's most versatile professional tripod system, I haven't ever seen any other tripods that are capable of doing this, where you can take off all the legs and you can swap them out with different accessories. So again, another use. Of course, I can replace the other full leg with another mini leg, which I happen to have in my pocket, if I want to get down real low. In fact, before we go back into the studio, let's put this one on. So here's the Novoflex Pro75 head with 3 mini legs, and I can splay this out completely flat. And since these are metal legs again, this is extremely stable. It will hold a lot of weight. Let's just go put it out in the woods and see a possible use for it. Again, from really close to the ground to really tall. If you need to get down close for unique perspective for your stills or your video, or if you need to be above a crowd, you need to go on a ledge, you've got a steep slope, this tripod system will accommodate pretty much anything you're going to run into. I can't think of anything it cannot do. I'm looking forward to putting it to some use as things get a little bit greener around here. It's that time of year where, you know how it is, it's kind of brown. So looking forward to the green. The birds are in full swing here. We even had our first bear last night. We had a bear take out one of our garbage cans, so they're coming out of hibernation, which means I guess spring is finally coming here. So we'll get some photography done as soon as we get a little bit of green. So let's go in the studio and finish up and kind of sum up what we've learned about the Novoflex Pro75. When you look at its capabilities, accessories, variations, and strength, it's kind of hard to argue that any other tripod system offers more options. So I think the claim holds true. If you need the ultimate in camera or video rig support, the Novoflex Pro75 tripod system can adapt to any task you throw at it. If you want to see some more, visit novoflexus.com for a closer look at the world's most flexible professional tripod system. I'm Joe Brady. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you online again soon.